Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rachakodash. Double honor to the elders, apostles, and bishops at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and safety is to the hopeful elect Akim out there doing this work. Much love to the scattered elect and to the few sincere women that subscribe to the true doctrine. I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. All right, this is we're the brothers from the GMS Nebraska camp, and we're just coming back with another lesson, Lord willing, to feed and edify the lost sheep of the nation of Israel through the Holy Spirit, Racha HaKodash. So, we were just sitting here dialoguing about, I was telling the brothers about a situation that I came across today. Right before we hit the highways and the hedges, I'd pulled up to the gas station to go and get, just get some gum real quick, just before I went out on the highways. And there was a Jake, he was sitting in his car, I ended up parking next to him. And, he caught me before I went in the store and said, "Hey, young man, what's the science of the day?" Which that may be the title of this lesson. What's the science of the day? And I'll give the sense, right? Because when you go into the word science, it just really goes back to knowledge, right? Kind. You can hold it, Baba Shaw. So he's asking, what's the science of the day? And the spirit hit me to just say, everything going digital. And how you have these different countries around the world that are, administering, for lack of a better word, they're adhering to this digital system. Okay, digital IDs and digital infrastructures and things of the such, and how that's eventually going to be right here in the Americas. And how everyone's lives going to be changed, right? So, and this is an individual, who he said he don't believe in the Bible, but he reads the Bible. But at the end of the day, at least he had appeared to accept the message, as far as everything going digital, this dollar, this fiat note, eventually fading out, and everybody having to be into the system, right? So we're gonna get into how, and we see it. All these different countries, they're going digital. They're conforming to the digital age. All right, but yeah, we can get that word science, and then we can. You go ahead, brother. Slagi.
The etymology on science is the state or fact of knowing what is known, knowledge of something acquired by study, information, also assurance of knowledge, certitude, certainty, knowledge, learning, application, knowledge, knowing, expertness, intelligent, skilled, to know, and it goes into a lot.
Yeah, kind of like, and even in that sense, and then we'll get into it. You even hear certain people say like the science of boxing, or the science of this, the science of that, and it's really like the definition said, that to know, pretty much you know about this, you have understanding of this, and with the knowing, you utilize it to a certain extent. Okay, so just science simply just means to know. All right, but there was a video also that we're gonna get into that real quick, and then we'll get some precepts and see what the spirit permits. Where you had I'm not sure exactly what his title is in Jamaica. I don't know if he's like a president or prime minister. I'm not sure exactly what they labeled them, but he came out and was speaking and talking about a digital infrastructure. Okay, so it was just through the spirit, man. That I happened to say that to that brother, and then you have all these things that are going on in the world with the digital infrastructure, and then I run into this video with Jamaica, who ironically just had that Hurricane Melissa that came through there and turned it into a desert town damn near, man. So how ironic is that now this digital infrastructure is being presented. All right, but we're going to get into it. Less of me, more of the scriptures, more of the information. Let's get it.
In the coming weeks and days, I'll be making certain announcements regarding the acceleration of Jamaica's intention to become a fully digital society. We are well on our way to this. We have established the national identification system. We have put in place our digital currency. We have given directions to our ministries to digitalize their operations. Most of our ministries are now moving from paper-based systems to digital systems. Our military is transitioning. The society is moving very quickly, very rapidly to become digital. Our banking consumers are seeing it as well because the banks are moving very rapidly to digital. You have something now called artificial intelligence. Very soon, this position of a human being exchanging cash and so on, that is going to disappear from the banking system very soon. And you are going to have to interface with machines. I don't want it to be a scary thought, but it is a thought that we all have to embrace.
Yeah, and so I had to exit out. I wanted to pause it because there was something that he said in there. How they want to expedite the process, right? And by them, because when you look around, the same digital infrastructure that he's talking about, you see it being established in the UK, you see it being established in what you said in Vietnam, right? Also in I just had it on the tip of my tongue. In China, right? And China is like the home base, for lack of a better word, for what the world is going to become digitally, right? Now he spoke about AI. Now look at AI, how heavy and prominent it is here in the Americas. You know, we were kind of briefly talking about that too, how you can barely even tell. You have to really pay attention to what you're looking at because it could be AI. You know, like the brother sent a video through where you had who appeared to be a Jake. He's showing a video of him saying some off not too off the wall shit, but then then he pulled the camera back and said that was not me.
Yeah.
You know, so you got this AI infrastructure, this interface. This is gonna be the capital currency of the world. Okay. Can we get that Revelation 3 and 10? We have to bring that out. Khan, if you got it, Khan.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Which that's talking about the elect, and because the hour, what it says, the word of his patience, which when you go into patience, it means really to endure. You know, it means it really means to endure, and that's the elect. Okay, not just because you're teaching doesn't mean you're the elect. Because the elect is going to endure all the way through, as it says in Matthew 24:13. All right, so you go ahead up.
I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world.
Yeah.
To try them that dwell upon the earth.
Right. It says the temptation that shall come upon all the world. You know, and why is that? Because you have the Israelites, all right? They're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, all over the world. Right, and the elect are where? Throughout the four corners, all over the world. All right, not all Israel that's scattered are the elect, just being specific. But it says that read that last part again, the hour of temptation part.
It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth.
To try them that dwell upon the earth. So, and to try something means to prove something. And with this digital ID, it's not the M0TB, but it is the gradualism of the M0TB. It's ushering in the M0TB system as they're still working on certain infrastructures behind the scenes to make sure that we can hold information, we can hold such as your funds, your medical information, we can track your vitals, we know where you are, all this. So they're slowly but surely building this infrastructure. All right, so I say all that to say, can we get 1 Corinthians 10 and 13? Because the elect men, all right, the men that are teaching, are gonna have to experience these so-called trials as well. We're gonna be faced with these things too. So that's why I want the brother to get this precept, because we're still as like, we have family members that are living in this world. We have so-called friends that are living in this world. We all have to eat. We all have somewhere to live. We all have a job to go to. As they used to say back in the day, old school saying is, the same person across the room, they put their pants on one leg at a time as you. Same with us. All right, but we can get to it, brother.
Come, 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to men.
And that temptation, which we really should have, Salakia, that's on me. We should have got it in that revelation. It goes back to enticing someone to sin.
You still want me to get it? Or?
Yeah, we can get it since we're bringing it up a second time. Yeah, we must needs.
There were temptation to Strong G3986, which is Perosmos. Says an experiment, attempt, trial, proving. A trial, proving. The trial, the trial of man's fidelity, integrity, virtue, constancy, and enticement to sin.
Yeah.
Temptation, whether arising from the desires or from outward circumstances. And that's the thing. What Esau is creating right now, we see the stage being set worldwide, and eventually it's going to get here to America, to where the circumstances that are going to be placed around everybody is going to entice them to feed into that system of getting the M0TB. Because within this digital system, what Esau wants to do is make it to where you can't, as it says in Revelation 13 and 16, you will not be able to buy or sell unless you get the M0TB. But it's deeper than just buying and selling. This is a completely digital system. This is, you can't go to the hospital. This is, you can't go to school. You can't get a car. You can't do anything unless you get it. And so that's the outward circumstances that's going to entice people to go off and get that M0TB.
That's right. And there's something I came across it was Sora. You know what I'm saying? And Sora is just another form of AI, but it was going into it's like a mini movie. You know what I'm saying? It's showing how, because right now, let me build up, let me slow it down, because right now, what are we seeing? Constantly seeing people spazzing out about not receiving benefits. People spazzing out about not having no government assistance at all, right? Like with the SNAP benefits, like what they say a week before, maybe like I say probably like the week of where they saying, okay, we're gonna cut the SNAP benefits off at on November 1st. It was just talks, and you seen a myriad of people in their cars, in their houses, wherever they were, snapping off. How you ain't gonna give me my benefits? I'm a taxpayer. Y'all taxpayers, y'all supposed to pay for me and my kids to eat. People were snapping off without even actually seeing that the benefits were going to be cut off. So that's just one facet of it. If people only heard it and was tripping out, when it actually happens, what do you think is going to happen? Chaos. Right? People are gonna, and it's like, that's through the spirit we were talking about on the highways. The brother mentioned earlier. It's not like they're walking down the street in droves behind it, but you can make a compilation about 15 minutes worth of people talking shit. So essentially it's internet chaos behind it. It's causing issues.
But the scriptures prophesy that eventually that there's going to be a sedition among men. And it's going to get to a point to where it is riots. It is people, looting on a unprecedented scale. People going against the government. It's going to get there. It's only a matter of time, And prophecy is promised through the scriptures.
That's right. We get back to that Corinthians.
You got that?
Con.
Or I could grab it if.
Corinthians.
Yeah, yep. 1 Corinthians, Papa Shah.
1 Corinthians chapter 10.
Yep, to 10 and 13.
13. It says, There had no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
It's common to man. Everybody's gonna have to face this digital infrastructure. You know, we maybe have to get digital IDs, not the chip, because those are two different things, right? But this is you know, what it's alluding to. You go ahead.
But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
All right. And what would make us be able to overcome this? It will come from us building up our faith, building up our knowledge. Well, like it says in Matthew 25, gathering up our oil. So that way when the time comes where there's no food in the stores, you can't feed your family. When your rent is too high for you to pay it. When your jobs start laying you off, which you've been seeing a lot of that too. You've been seeing a lot of these jobs being taken away due to AI. All right. So when these things essentially affect every single last one of us, those of us that call upon the true names of Yahweh, whom the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, what are we gonna do? Right? Because we're all gonna be faced with this. And now we can sit here and say, I ain't taking no chip. I ain't doing, and that's it's easier said than done. But our faith is going to solidify that statement, right? Or even that mindset. You know, to say I'm not going to take no chip. I'm not going to sell out in a sense because I can't eat. You know, I'm not going to, you know, and these are hard thoughts, man. These are hard thoughts, you know, even thinking about it now, like, you know, especially those of us that have children, you know, like, it's like, okay, well, what if Esau threatens to unalive your child? You know what I'm saying? Or anything. You know what I'm saying? We have to, you know, think about these things on a daily, because when you look at the news, you see that insurrection is coming down. Okay? Insurrection is coming down. The digital age is upon us. And we're going to have to trust and lean on Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. You know? You had something?
I do have some, because as the scriptures say, in Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 13, where it says, "Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed." And just grabbing that, because it's, you know, as you say, you're gonna have to choose. You're gonna have to choose in that day. You're either gonna choose Esau's help, or you're gonna choose Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai's help. And the scriptures prophesied, well, you know, the Lord has promised to us that he will help, but we have to have faith, because it's not going to seem like he'll, you know, will have any help. And, you know, when the time comes, when all these things are going to be cut off from us because of this digital world, you know, but, you know, the Lord will help his servants. But that's the thing. You have to serve him, though. You actually have to choose him. You have to put him first, you know. But just want to add that.
You know? Yeah, come on. Because just because we read the Bible, you know, and I'm saying this to who it applies to. Just because you read the Bible doesn't mean that, you know, you're going to be preserved. Some people may break. I've been praying, especially as of late, like, man, I pray I don't break. You know, and of course with that prayer it comes, you know, it comes a different mindset. You know, it comes work. Hey, the elder brothers mentioned it earlier, and I'm not going to quote him verbatim, but he mentioned something along the lines of with your faith, you know, there comes a certain conduct that you have to do, carry out to establish it. You know, so how much more in these times that we're in? We're in Jacob's trouble right now, man. All right, we're in that Jeremiah 30 verse 7 right now. So, you know, like, nobody's exempt. You know, nobody's exempt from this insurrection that's coming down. Like it says in what is that on 2nd Ezra 16, I believe, like around the 70th verse, where it says there should be a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, right? That's going to be upon the ones that fear the Lord, and also the ones that don't fear the Lord. Okay? Like we mentioned earlier, like the Jeremiah 30:7, time of Jacob's trouble is not only Jacob's trouble, because everybody's going to experience Jacob's trouble. Everybody is experiencing Jacob's trouble right now as we speak. It's just not full-fledged. All right?
Okay.
So, Let's see. I'd have another precept.
I got some right here. Just furthering the point of just seeing these different countries around the world. Like, I'll grab the precept first. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3, which says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry." And the vision is speaking because, we always spoke about this prophecy that, this digital system would come, that the M0TB would come, but there had to be, the framing for it. There had to be the foundation laid, and that foundation is being laid. We see Esau talking about Agenda 2030, that they want to bring smart cities and things like that. And I say for myself, I would look and wonder, like, how is this going to come about? What is this going to look like? But now we see that, you have the so-called conspiracy theories where they're saying that these different natural disasters, such as what happened with Jamaica recently, such as the LA fire, such as what happened in Hawaii, that all these things, they're breaking these cities down so that when they build them up, that they can build them up back as smart cities.
Yeah.
We prophesy about these 15-minute cities. What do you think these 15-minute cities, smart cities, are going to be, surrounding with all this digital technology? That's to operate in it, you're going to need what? The M0TB. Simultaneously, we see leaders of countries, like the brother was mentioning, in the UK. Now you need the digital ID to work. What do you think they're doing that for? Because they're forcing the people to do it. They're herding people into the system. In Vietnam, 86 million people is getting their bank account shut down because they're not getting with the new program. So the vision is speaking. We see, we always knew that this would come, but now we're seeing how it's coming about, and it's making itself clear. It's the words are manifesting into reality. 2 Ezra 9 and 5.
I'll pull it up. It's the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 9, verse 5. It says, excuse me. It says, "For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest."
All that is made in the world had a beginning and an end. We are in the times of the end, and the end is manifest. What does that word manifest mean? It means to make it clearly seen, clearly comprehensible, to where there's no doubt in your mind that is what it is. So how is the end making itself manifest? By the different signs, by the prophecies.
Yeah.
And so we look out in the world, and soon these things are going to come here to America. And that's why we can point at, the civil unrest that's going on, the SNAP benefits being cut, all these different things. And we're saying we wouldn't be surprised if this is an excuse for Esau to say, we can bring these benefits back, we'll bring you this assistance back, but you have to get this digital system. Because we understand that eventually they're going to bring a universal basic income. That's just another form of government assistance in its essence. But how are you going to get that universal basic income? By the digital money that they give you.
You got to be locked in with them.
You got to be locked in with them. You can't they ain't about to just send people paper checks. They're phasing that out. And eventually, how are you going to get that digital money off that chip?
That's right.
They're bringing in digital money. The stablecoin bill has been passed. So we look at these things, and that's the end being manifest. The Lord is showing us that, prophecy is coming to pass, So I just want to make that point,
Back into the Habakkuk. I think there's a little bit more to that.
Now Habakkuk chapter 2.
Yeah, because
I'll read Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, which says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry."
What verse is that? Verse 5?
This is 3.
Straight. Okay, come on. Go ahead.
It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith." And that soul which is not lifted up, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, speaking about Esau, because he's not a faithful man. Esau is contrary to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. He's contrary to godliness, which is why he wants to set up this digital system so that he can be as God, as it says in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4.
Can you go up to verse 2?
I go up to verse 2. It says, And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables.
Right. And the vision, is prophecy. Right now, this is what we're speaking on. We're speaking on the ushering in of the M0TB. All right. This is what we're watching right now, live. Right. You go ahead.
It says, write the vision and make it plain upon tables.
Right. Make it plain. Which making it plain is breaking it down. You know what I'm saying? Giving the information. Giving examples. As we speak about the Revelation 13 and 15 on down to the end of the chapter, and we go into that MARK, we actually go into the word and we go into the news. And we get the sense thereof. That's why it says in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, to write, what does it say? I will put in thy mouth the words of prophecy, right? And write them upon paper that they may be faithful and true. Roughly paraphrasing. This is tying in with this Habakkuk too. We're making it plain. All right.
Can I read this in the NLT?
Yeah, Bible Shah.
Because in verse 2 in the NLT it says, then the Lord said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets so that a runner can carry the correct message to others.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what us prophets are doing. The Lord has opened up the understanding of these scriptures through the Holy Spirit and given it to men so that they can give the message unto the world. In 1 second, I'll be right back.
Come, Bible Shah. Yeah, and that's the thing. You go ahead, Doc. Go ahead. Yeah. So it's making it, hey, just like feeding food to babes, in a sense, they're just we break it down to where it's like we're not trying to convince anyone. We're just gonna bring out the facts. And the facts that we bring out, we're going to break them down to the point where they can be a 4-year-old can understand what we're talking about. Okay? Now, here it is, starting with the elder apostle to on down, have been bringing this information out. I believe the apostle even said before the YouTube was even really popping like that, as far as the ministry is concerned. They were bringing it out then. And ever since I've been watching the apostles, since I've been watching them since 2010, they've always spoken the same thing concerning this prophecy. Okay? And they made it plain to where it's like they're not trying to persuade me to be like, look, this gotta be it, look. And it's like, no, look, this is it. And this is why this is it. That's how, the same, read that in the NLT again?
Habakkuk 2 and 2 in the NLT. Then the Lord said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets so that a runner can carry the correct message to others.
So that a runner can carry the correct message. They made it plain. And that's our job with the prophecies and concerning other scriptures as well. All right. But specifically with these prophecies, making them plain. Okay. And through the Spirit, like I was talking about the Jake that I ran into today, he said he doesn't believe in the Bible, but he reads it, but he accepted the message that I gave to him because I made it plain, and that comes right out of the scriptures. Okay? Now, am I saying that he's going to wake up? I don't know. But he accepted the message and he went about his business. And that's the job of someone who has the scriptures. The Most High put the Spirit on us to be able to do these things. All right, not just nana boom boom. I got this truth. I understand these prophecies. You don't, but it's like, no, I'm gonna bring it out. If you don't understand it, okay. Or no, not if you don't understand it, but if you don't accept it, that's fine. Because it says in Romans 3:3, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High with none effect? All right, so that means whatever is coming out of these scriptures is gonna happen if it hasn't already happened. All right. Was there more to that Habakkuk, or was that it?
No, that's it.
Okay. Well, that's really all I had. Unless one of y'all brothers wanted to bring a precept out.
I got a quick precept.
Come.
This is Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth; it shall not return unto me void.
Yeah, and void is empty. Okay. So it's, you go ahead. I don't want to jump it.
But it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
Exactly. And where is the Most High's word been sent? To earth. All right, and it's been now to be more specific, who's on earth? The prophets. And where the prophets spread out throughout the world, man. So this word is going to accomplish exactly the purpose that Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai sent it down here for. Okay, the Most High is going to be satisfied. You know what I'm saying? You know, just how he has his angels, like we don't have to get it, just referencing it in the Apocrypha where it says about the different spirits that were created for vengeance, and it says they shall please the Most High with the judgment that he sent with them. Roughly paraphrasing, okay, that's the same with the prophecies. The Most High is going to be satisfied. Why? Because this was prescribed from the beginning. The Most High had his purpose. He had his plan. All right, to place these prophecies upon the earth, and they're gonna come to pass. Like it says in Numbers 23 verse 19, the Most High is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Hath he not said it, and shall he not make it good? The Most High is good on his word. Okay.
I got another quick precept. This is Isaiah 46 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I could probably start at verse 9. Remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me. Declaring the end from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying my counsel shall stand.
And what's another thing that the Most High have done as part of prophecy too? That was during the time of Jacob and Esau. He said what? He said the elder shall serve the younger. Okay. Right now, is the elder serving the younger? No, because that hasn't come to pass yet. That's going to come to pass in the kingdom. But right now, the pocket that we're in, the pocket of World War III. We're in the pocket of Jacob's trouble. We're in the pocket of this digital infrastructure, and what is eventually going to lead to the destruction of America, the deliverance of the elect, the kingdom of Yahweh Shemel Shai being established. Okay, these are things that the Most High had prescribed before the world began. All right, like it says in Isaiah 42 verse 9, it says, "New things do I now declare, before they spring up. I tell you of them." All right, that's prophecy. Pro meaning before, facade meaning the speaker to utter. So we're in the pocket of these things coming to pass, and things are moving fast. Ain't gonna be no 1,000 years, ain't gonna be no 50 years, ain't gonna be no 20 years. The way that things are moving right now, according to the book of 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, and according to the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, we are right there. We're right here at the end, man. We're at the end of the end right now. All right, and we just have to make sure that our faith is grounded and established in Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai on all levels, right? And that's something that the elder brother and the elder brothers push here heavy, man. All right, getting right with the Lord, because we ain't exempt. What if the Most High put a spirit on one of us to fold to this chip, man? All right, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? I never knew thee. And that's a scary thought, man. All right, the closer we get to the end, it's like, damn, am I doing enough? Am I doing what I'm supposed to do? So, our faith just has to be very much grounded in Yahweh Hashem Al Shai through and through. All right. Was it more to that? Okay, kind. So, with that being said, Lord willing, that was edifying, man. We just had Matthew 24:13. He that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. And we got to endure means to go through these hardships to be made hard. And it's a lot of shit that's about to happen in these coming days that's gonna try our faith. Okay. So hey, just those of you that are considering yourself to be men of the Lord, that are teaching His word, calling upon the true names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, you faithful men and you few sincere women, continue to do so. Continue to keep our eyes open, keep our ears to the streets, man. Okay, So, hey, with that being said, we want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh,
Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rachakwadash. Double honor to the elders, apostles, and bishops at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and safety is to the elect out there. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.